Hello and welcome back to Bookish. Today I wanted to do a tag. I was tagged by Alba from the channel Seriella to do the BookTubers I Love tag. This tag was created by Anthony Andrews. I'll leave a link to his original tag video and to Alba's version of this tag down below. And I just want to say up front, thank you Alba for tagging me to this video. It gives me an opportunity to say some things about some booktubers and booktube channels that, are probably overdue. So hopefully without being too mushy. Is maudlin the fancy word for mushy? Anyway, so the first question was, who was the first booktuber you subscribed to? I think that was Katie from Books and Things. Katie has a big channel. I think she's over 10,000 subscribers now. But she reads a lot of classics. She works in the publishing industry, and I just find her discussions, particularly of Dickens, to be really interesting and fascinating. And I think it's kind of thanks to her that I finished listening to Bleak House, the audiobook, last year for Victober, and I'm looking forward to what she and the other ladies do with Victober this year. So I think it was Katie with Books and Things, but I'm not 100% sure. Question number 2 is the most recent booktuber you subscribe to. That would be Nick Pepper. So Nick has an interesting channel. He doesn't have a lot of videos yet, but I kind of like the videos of his I've watched. He has kind of an iconoclastic bent. He is maybe a bit of a contrarian about things, and I just kind of like the energy of his videos, and I like those, so I subscribed to Nick's channel just recently. Question number 3 was to name three booktubers you love and to give a shout out to. Well, this is difficult because there are lots of booktubers that I love. So I'm just going to say, up front that there are lots of people who I communicate with through Voxer, people whose videos I watch all the time and comment on, and those people probably know how much I appreciate their content and I appreciate their support of my channel. But what I wanted to do was to talk about maybe 3 channels that are maybe just a little bit smaller than mine. I'm not saying these channels need my help because they probably don't, but I did want to shout those channels out, and I do love these channels. So one is An Enthusiastic Reader. She has a great channel. She has a really long background in books. Her reading list is really interesting. Her takes on books are incredibly insightful, and I really like her channel. The channel number 2 would be a Books and Men, and I believe the young lady's name who runs that channel, I believe her name is Cinia. That's what I'm going to go with. So I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, but she is a really enthusiastic booktuber, and she really loves books, and I like the fact that she mixes a lot of different types of books together. She reads a lot of classics. She reads a lot of what people as old as me might think of as contemporary classics. And I really like her channel. And then I also wanted to mention that I enjoy Literary Labors. Angie has a channel over at Literary Labors, and she does a lot of interesting reading, and she is a great booktuber. I see her commenting on lots of people's channels. I like to hear her thoughts about books. I thought her latest, I think, TBR video was really good, so hopefully you'll go over and check out those channels. I'll leave links to those channels as well as the other channels I mentioned in the video in the comments section down below. Question number 4 was to if you could meet one booktuber right now, who would it be? And again, I think this is a pretty impossible question to answer, but I think I have made some real friends here on BookTube. Jason from Old Blues Chapter and Verse, Lukash from Totally Pretentious, Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading, RP Andrea from Infinite Text. These are all people who I really like. I'll leave links to their channels down below. But at this particular moment, if I could meet one booktuber, I'm going to pick Mark Nash. I watch a lot of Mark's videos, and I comment on those, and I think Mark has a really interesting sense of humor. He has a really interesting take on things. If you've never seen Mark Nash's kind of rap battle between, I think, Aristotle and Sophocles over on his channel, let me recommend that you go look at that. And so I think it'll be fun to get to sit down at a pub and have a couple of drinks and talk to Mark. I was a little jealous when I saw that Silje and Books I'm Not Reading, excuse me, Bookish North got to go to London and meet with Mark, and they kind of hung out and they went book shopping, and man, that just looked like fun. So for this moment, I'm going to pick Mark Nash. That doesn't mean that I don't want to hang out with lots of the rest of you, because I think that would be awesome, but I am supposed to pick one, and I'm trying not to wimp out on actually answering the question. So question number 5 is your favorite booktuber, your favorite YouTuber who's not on BookTuber, and my answer to that would be Realistic Fishing. So I actually got into YouTube by doing fishing videos, and I still have a fishing channel. And so my inspiration for creating a fishing channel was actually that channel, Realistic Fishing. And you know, he fishes a lot like I do. He's kind of a bank fisherman. I think he has a boat, but he doesn't usually fish from his boat. And he kind of fishes the same place over and over again, and I think his enthusiasm when he catches something is genuine, and he's fairly curmudgeonly, I would say. He's a pretty grumpy guy, and the reason I really liked his channels is that a lot of things that make me mad seem to be the same things that make him mad. So question number 6 was to tag 14 people. Well, so if I mentioned your name and your channel in this tag, consider yourself tagged. That would be Katie at Books and Things, Nick Pepper, an enthusiastic reader of Books and Men, Literary Labors, Mark Nash. I also mentioned Old Blues Chapter and Verse, Totally Pretentious, Books I'm Not Reading, Infinite Text. I mentioned those channels. And then to tag some other people who maybe I haven't named yet. Jay Shea. Jay Shea has a channel. You should check that channel out. 6 Minutes for Me is a great channel by an Australian booktuber who now lives in the Houston area, so she lives kind of in my area. Argyle Lucifer over at Argyle Dinosaur. I know you have a lot of tags thanks to being tagged in all the strip cover lips tags, but I wanted to tag you in this one as well, mainly because I kind of wanted to see you, Lucifer, have to kind of talk about book channels that you loved. Alan, Big Hard Books and Classics. I do a lot of kind of buddy reads, and been working on this kind of doubler series with Alan at Big Hard Books and Classics, so I wanted to tag him. And then From the Dusty Shelf, also a great channel, who she also has been reading Proust in March. I think she's carrying on with volumes 3 and 4 in April, and she has a really great channel, and she has some really interesting reading tastes, so you should go over and check out her channel too. But I tag all those people, and hope you enjoyed watching this tag and you've thought about some booktubers you love and maybe give them some appreciation. As always, thanks for watching.